It's hard to believe that it's already the end of December, which means I've been posting videos on this YouTube channel for 5 months now. That's just, I can't even believe it. It's all gone by so quickly. So with it being almost the new year, I've decided to talk about my goals for 2022. So first of all, I have loved making these videos, and I haven't gotten a huge amount of response yet in terms of people watching them and subscribers and whatnot, but I'm not really concerned about that. I'm enjoying doing it, and I'm learning a lot about editing videos and whatnot, so I'm going to continue it. And I'm going to make my goal be to continue posting videos on a regular basis, meaning at least once or twice a week through the end of 2022. So be looking forward to a whole year's worth of content. I've already pretty much got January and February planned out, so, I'm definitely thinking ahead and still have lots of ideas. Number 2, this doesn't really relate to the channel itself, but it does relate to something that I have talked about quite a bit on here. I wrote a novel for NaNoWriMo, except I didn't write a novel. I wrote 50,000 words of a novel, and it's not quite finished yet. Now, I'm filming this a little bit in advance because I'm going to my mother's house for Christmas, and long story short, she doesn't have good internet, so I want to have this filmed and queued up and ready to post for the end of December while I'm going to be at her place for the holidays and not in a good place to be actually uploading videos. And I've only got like a handful of chapters left to write, so maybe I'll even finish it by the new year, and when you're watching this video, it'll secretly already be done. But I'm kind of doubting that because I've been having trouble writing as many words per day and writing at the same kind of pace that I was sustaining during NaNoWriMo. So I'm thinking that it'll need to be something that I carry over into January. And then, aside from one of my goals being to finish the NaNoWriMo novel, when I finish it, I'm going to set it aside for a month or two, don't look at it, move on to other projects, and then come back to it. And when I come back to it, I want to edit it, and I want to, really work on, there are so many things that I know that I need to do to it, whether basic things like characters that I haven't given names to yet, or scenes where I know I need to go back and flesh something out, or, just any time that you write, you look back over it later and you see things that need revisions. So go back and edit it and have an edited or at least second draft type of manuscript by the end of 2022. I also have a lot of new ideas for stories that I want to write. A few that I think might be short story ideas or novella ideas. A few that I think might actually be additional novels that I want to write. And so I definitely want to keep pursuing creative writing opportunities in the coming year. I don't feel at this point like I'm willing to say I'm going to do NaNoWriMo again because I have no idea at this point if next November will be conducive to that, but I do want to plan on finding time to write in the coming year and hopefully having another completed first draft by the end of the year. So those are my writing related goals, but if you watch this channel, you know that the other thing that I am really into and talk about a lot is reading and classic literature. I'm doing this series of videos called Catching Up on the Classics. So far I have posted 3 Catching Up on the Classics videos, which were A Study in Scarlet, Dracula, and A Christmas Carol. And I want to keep that going into the next year. I want to keep reading classic literature, and I want to keep talking about it. So my goal will be to read or reread something that's considered classic literature every month. And then finally, I want to spend more time with my family in 2022. I was in graduate school from fall of 2019 to spring of 2021, and although my university was only a couple of hours away from where most of my family live, it seemed like a long distance because of COVID and not really being able to travel or see them. And then shortly after graduating this past spring, I moved to a different state to take a job. And while the job is going well and I'm enjoying it, I am now a much longer journey from my loved ones. And so one thing that I want to really prioritize in 2022 is to take what time I can to be with the people that I love. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got some really exciting stuff lined up for January and February of 2022. So if you're interested in sticking around to see that, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. I've recently started a series of Shakespeare shorts that I post pretty much whenever I have one ready. Me reading 60 seconds or less of a Shakespeare play. Feel free to check those out, and stay tuned for lots of exciting videos this coming year.